Hergest the healer, old, well-traveled. I think he is noticeably old without being ancient. So I have
I mean,
staff,
yeah.
cloak, travel pack, herbs, and herbalist's kit, which is like a little traveling, like a mortar and pestle and a little sharp knife and a couple of bottles for mixing stuff in and what have you, and making decoctions or whatever, and probably suggestive of hedge magic, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Why not? Why are you coming to the southern coast, the south coast?
Cool. So why am I coming? I'm coming because I'm coming because there is a library at the monastery. And I guess I don't know much about it except by reputation. There are some important medical books and herbals in there. And I think her guest's attitude would be, there's probably no one at Fellstead who is using these, and so best someone properly learned goes along. And
so you heard that rumor that there's, what was the rumor that you heard about Fellstead?
Well, I think someone, probably a colleague somewhere, knowing my interest and my reputation as being well traveled, I would guess that most healers prefer to have a few patients and a house in town, ideally a noble patron, but Hergest is well traveled. And so someone will have said to me, dear Hergest, dearest Hergest, have you heard that at the monastery of, is it Fellstead?
Yeah.
Fellstead? Yeah, the monastery of Fellstead, there is a library. And in that library, it is said there are books by healers of ancient times, and both anatomies and herbals and clues to ancient techniques of healing, I think. Cool. And I think Hergest probably flattered himself in the way that old learned men sometimes do, that clearly there can be no one there who's actually using these books, right? They're probably just gathering dust. So I shall pay them a visit, and they shall be only too pleased to put me up for a while I study these books.
Oh, I'm sure. So you wouldn't write to them or anything. You'd just show up.
I think I probably would have sent. It's an abbess, isn't it? I think I probably would have sent the abbess a letter. That's only polite where a library is concerned. But I think there would probably have been a tone of entitlement in the letter, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Let's see. Yeah. So you probably received a letter back from Sister Alara. I put it in chat. Yeah, let's see. She was like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm trying to use White Bread's GM's Apprentice. It's fun. But now I need to write my own because I don't like these. She was probably she was cordial, a little dry. Like,
is she the abbess? Is she the abbess, Brian?
What's that?
Is she the abbess?
Yeah, she's a healer as well.
Yeah. Okay.
She comes off as like there's parts of the letter that are nice. You can tell that she's kind of a nice woman, but she's also a little, like, so, you. So this Hergest, who is this person, right? Like, because because of the tone of your letter.
Yeah. I'm
But
probably a
welcomes you
bit
to come, right?
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm probably a bit embarrassed for the whole journey, thinking that I didn't realize that the abbess was going to be a healer. I guess I'm wondering the whole way there what kind um of abilities she has, how learned she is, and whether I
Mm-hmm.
really have kind of made a fool of myself already before I even meet the woman.
Yeah, totally. Do right? Are uh, herbalists or healers, are they kind of chummy with each other, or are they secretive to each other? Or maybe this is only. Are do you share your knowledge with others freely? Or
Yes, I don't, wherever I come from, I imagine there is probably um a school of healers or a college of of medical people, men and women,
Mhm.
and it's very much considered the thing to do to share one's learning. Um, but that does occasionally lead, of course, to a competitive culture, right? Where
Mm.
if you have something to share, you share it because it puts a feather in your cap, right?
Oh, right. Cool. Yeah. 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 No,
But
yeah.
I
Because
would say very social, a very social profession, because it does no one any good to keep things secret.
yeah, totally. Let's see here.
I think
I have so many windows open.
I probably don't have a student, because I did have a student and they were very good. And since her, I just, maybe more set in my ways than I was. I haven't found anyone that comes up to her standards.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What happened to her, or do we not know yet?
I
You
think
don't have to know yet.
I think she became a healer in her own right. I think,
Hmm. Okay, so she's still alive. Nice.
as far as I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. So, yeah, you probably had passage on some yada yada. It doesn't really matter. Um, they probably dumped you off, right? Um, you're used to traveling. You travel light, I imagine.
Yeah, I have a light travel pack, so it looks like an over the shoulder job, and probably a separate bag, which is my herbalist kit, which is probably attached to the top of the staff, just as a carrying aid.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
For when I travel in civilized lands.
Cool. Um, yeah, they dump you off. It's not much of a going concern. Like there's nobody is meeting you at this thing. But you can see the monastery up, like straight up the hill from the beach. Let's say,
Okay.
like it's a pretty obvious road. This is like the place. It's really the only little. It's like a little bay, right? Like it's almost a bay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so cool.
So
And you're go ahead.
it's not got, it's not like, as you say, not much of a going concern. It's not like there are other ships or much of a quay or a dock or anything.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I mean, you would have heard about stories of the forest and like things like that on the ship. People just know the basic crap, but the monastery is uh, it's well liked. I think the people around here essentially use it for like for the healing for sure because they do have a healer on staff. Um, and it's kind of serene and beautiful, right? Like it's right on the bay. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use that 3 for weather. You are coming in. There's a bit of a wind, and let's see. I didn't roll 2. Ugh. Uh, it It's pretty fucking windy. Like the ship was afraid, like coming in, that you were gonna get caught on the rocks. So they probably rowed you in, right? Like, because
Okay.
it's gross. And you're getting. If you're wearing a hat, your hat's getting blown all over the place.
I have a cloak, so the hood will blow down and reveal shoulder length, grey hair, which blows in the wind.
Yeah, because you're getting peppered by, you're getting exfoliated by the sand coming up from the beach, because this wind is crazy.
I shall get off the beach as quickly as I can, right? I'll just walk straight towards this building that looks like the
Yeah,
monastery.
yeah, you're doing the whole like hold your hat, hold your hood down, and and it's probably a little cold, right? Like, because I don't know, it's probably fall. Um, the wind is like, it's crazy whipping with wind.
So I was,
Cool. It's
yeah,
cool in the wind.
I'm pleased to be back on. I'm pleased to be back on solid ground, and
Yeah, the trip was
I
probably a little
hastened towards.
gross. Yeah,
Yeah, I hastened. Fortunately, I probably had some herbs for seasickness, but I hastened towards the monastery,
yeah.
paying attention to if there are farmhouses or fields or where the ordinary folk live, and I suppose in the distance this looming line of the forest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can see a forest, like, because you're probably climbing up, a bit off the beach. Um, and yeah, you're hurrying towards the monastery. You get to the front door and it's like boarded up, right? Like, so like, uh, did you want to knock, or are you just gonna go right in? Like, because it's nasty out here.
Have they seriously kind of boarded it up against the storm, or is that
No, it looks
does it look
no.
like this entrance isn't used?
It looks like there's just nobody out. Nobody is outside today because it's gross, and the wind is. It's
Okay,
like,
because it's horrible.
yeah, you got epic wind on my
If there's
severity.
like a big wrought iron knocker, I shall give it 3 hard knocks.
And there is, and so you do. Yeah, and it's seemingly, no one. You wait for what seems like forever, but nobody comes to the door. It's probably only been a minute or so, but it seems like forever.
I shall maybe have a peek around the corner wall and see if there's another way in, or a walled garden, or another building, or if anyone's watching me from a window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, and you do see a face appear in the window. Looks like, a youngish, what you would assume is a monk, right? Like,
I'll
and
wave.
yeah, and he points around to the other side because
Okay.
essentially
I shall.
he doesn't want to open the door because it'll blow the shit out of the entire,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire place.
I
It's like,
shall.
come
I
on
shall.
inside.
I guess. Yeah, I'll go. Is it raining as well, or is it just windy?
It's just windy right now, but like, you're
Yeah,
probably soaked from, like, because or at least damp,
yeah, yeah. From
because of
coming
the,
ashore.
yeah, from coming
Yeah,
ashore, and the wind just like whipping the water on you, even from the sea,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
you're getting
So I shall
that pressure.
hasten. I shall hasten around, kind of hefting my waterlogged cloak up around me. I shall hasten around where he's pointing.
Yeah, cool. And Brother Estabar greets you at the, like, it would probably be like essentially the servants' court entrance, or whatever, around the side, off the kitchen. And he apologizes for not opening the door, and explains, like, um, just too windy, like, we're not using that door today, uh, and asks, can I help you?
I, I, I am Hergest, the healer. I have, I have written to your mistress, the abbess, Sister Elara, about my visit.
Hmm. The abbess. He said, "Our healer." Is that where you wrote our healer, Sister Alara?
Sister Alara?
Yeah.
I am
Yes. 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 Yes.
expected.
Yes.
I am expected.
Of course. Come on in. And he's like he's very eager. You know, like he looks a little young. And he's kind of like thinking, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And follow me. And he probably leads you into like 5 different rooms, right? Like asking anybody in there, have you seen Sister Alara? And of course, like he sillily doesn't think that she would be in the library, and takes you to the library at final. You're like, you know, like walking around. You're seeing the entire place. It's quite nice, actually.
Is it
A lot
is
of
it grand?
stained glass. Is it what?
Yeah. Is it grand? I mean, it's a grand place.
Yeah. It's nice. Yeah, like honey colored stone, like has a gothic vibe to it. A little bit of a castle thing going on, right? Like
Yeah.
the walls are like a lot of stained glass. You know, like you've seen enough rooms where now you're starting to put together that the different glass windows are all depicting scenes of the life of Saint Fellstead. Fellstead.
Okay.
Right, like
I'm probably leaving wet. I'm probably leaving wet footprints the whole way, right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like when you leave the room, like no one's like shitting on you for it. But as you leave each room, someone like is like throwing down like a cloth to wipe up the garbage you're treading through. Because yeah, this place is in nice shape. You know, it's monastery classic. Especially because you can tell everyone's a little bit bored in here. Because
is it? Is it? I mean, were there villages or just peasant houses and farms out there, or is it super isolated?
It's a little isolated, but it's less farmage, less farmy. Like there obviously some farms and like they have beer and like you went into a number of rooms. Like he probably popped his head into where the scribes are, right? Like the scribe room, and like you know, like probably would have. I don't know. He's probably not introducing you because he probably doesn't know who you are and isn't sure. Um, but like you know, there's a couple scribes and they wave or like look up or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Um, but yeah, the overall vibe of it is everyone's indoor today, right? Like there were,
yeah,
right. Like you assume that there's, you know, there's gardens and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's just kind of like looking out the window,
Sheltering.
and
Yeah.
And maybe even like, drinking a little more beer than they should, that sort of thing. Just like, you know, having conversations and just like, but you get a sense that people are a little bit bored and stuck inside. Brother Estabar finally gets you to the library, where he says, Sister Alara, here you are. And he looks at you, Hergest, and he can't remember your name. And he says, your guest has arrived.
I shall nod my thanks without a smile. How impressive is the library? Is it an impressive library?
I would say it. I would think. I don't know what you're used to. I guess. Are you used to huge libraries? Like, I don't know that it's huge, but it is certainly, you know, like multiple books, multiple bookshelves.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to huge libraries with literally dozens of books, right?
Let's say, yeah, exactly. Well, let's say this one has one ladder, right? Like it even has a ladder that you might, right? Like
wow. Okay. So yeah, so there
There's
might be, yeah. Oh, well, great. I shall look at Sister Alara and bow politely, not too deeply, but bow politely and say, I am I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. I am Hergest, known by some as the healer.
Mm-hmm. And she comes up to you and shakes your hand, right? Like, and while doing that, you can tell she's a little annoyed, but and says, "Thank you, Brother Estabar. That's enough. That'll be all." Right? Like, and sends him on his way. And she says, "Well, welcome. Uh,
Thank you,
I
thank you.
hope your trip was okay. Ghastly weather we're having."
I can't say it was that pleasant a trip. The last day was harried by these dreadful winds, and as you can see, I am wet through.
And she would like call somebody, whatever. I don't know how they were gonna do it. We must get you out of this, and like starts like helping you off with your cloak. Um, Orders some tea, and has offers you a chair by the fire. There's a fire place in here.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll certainly divest myself of the wet cloak, and I shall dive into my bag of herbs and
Mm-hmm.
pull out a wrap of something that I've brought as a present for Sister Alara, something which is not found on the southern coast. That they might have dried, but they won't have fresh. And I've brought her a gift, a wrap of this. Um, probably, it's probably something that can treat infected wounds.
Mm. Cool. And you're saying she would not have seen this, or at least not
Well,
like
I think they
a
might
live
get it. They
specimen.
might get it. They might get it dried down here,
Mm-hmm.
but I've probably brought it from somewhere where I could get it fresh.
Okay, cool. And she takes
So
it
so
and
so it's
like,
kind of a handful size package, um, wrapped in sort of wax paper.
cool. Yeah, and she opens it and she says, "Oh, thank you so much." And takes one of the takes whatever it is, the plant, the herb, the flower, whatever.
Yeah.
Takes it and like just completely puts the box down. Is looking at it, and you can like she makes a beeline for the ladder without even looking up, and just she's looking at the plant and doing all this, so you can tell she's just like a master of this library. Grabs the ladder, walks down the plank, looks up finally, climbs the ladder, pulls the book down, comes down the ladder part way, and just stays up in the ladder. Flips open a book, page, and then she's clearly like looking it up and like looking at it in the book, and she forgets you're there.
So while she's doing that, it crosses her guest's mind to tell her everything that he knows about this plant, but he won't,
Mm-hmm.
because he's not yet sure whether he's not really sure where he stands with Alara, how knowledgeable she is. So he gets up and has a look at some of the lower books, just the names on them, the quality of them. Not looking for anything in particular, but just waiting for her to come back from her expedition up the ladder.
Mm-hmm. And she finally, let's see, um, yeah. So yes, uh, I just looked. Whatever. Do you have a name for what this herb is? The leaves, whatever.
Hold on 1 second. I
I
can
pulled one
find
and
one.
it just said I saw it. It said you leaves,
You leaves. Let's see if I can find a.
a better one.
I will use the Yeah, I'm going to use the very first table of herbs that I ever came across in a role playing game.
Mm,
Um,
that's
on
interesting.
the yeah, in the first edition Dungeon Master's Guide, page 220 to 221 in the DMG.
How do you remember this?
Oh, that's in the index.
Mm. Look at you.
What have we got?
can't remember the last time I looked
Yeah, I
at it.
don't. How about um? Let's find something that's good for. How about Alkanet root?
Okay.
I shall write that in the chat.
Yeah, I found foxglove protection, love, communication with spirits. I'm using my dorky loot generator, which also has herbs, oils, and stones, which I love.
Nice.
Cool. And she comes fully down the ladder. And she's like, "This is amazing. I've never seen this, but dried. Exactly what you were saying. How lovely! What a lovely
I must.
gift."
My pleasure. It can also be used in soap making and for dyeing, sister. Um,
Hmm.
I should I should try to get some seeds and send them to you. Perhaps you could grow it in your garden here.
Lovely. What color is the dye?
He says um,
So you didn't think I was going to
it
put you on the
will it,
spot?
it will make a purple or a ruby
Oh,
color or a ruby color in soaps.
uh, the abbess's favorite color. She'll be so pleased.
Ah, indeed. How fortunate. So yeah, this stuff grows this stuff place grows in a warmer climate, I think, than Fellstead Monastery. It's a Mediterranean climate herb. So they would have to grow it. I'll say you'll have to find a sunny spot for it in the walled garden.
Hmm. We shall see if we can grow it here. That'd be fantastic. Um, yeah, and so she does the full, like you. I don't know. I won't speak for Hergest, but like she is clearly like total book nerd. So conversation is a little difficult for her, but she's trying her best, right? Like, so she's making every attempt, like, cool tea, nice hot tea for you, maybe like little some sort of snack, like probably fruit or something, figs or something, dried fruit.
Wow,
Um,
awesome.
just trying to,
I
yeah.
I yeah, I will try to put her at her ease, but to be honest, her guest is probably less of a conversationalist than he was when he was a young man. He's become
Mm,
somewhat not maybe not grumpy, but reserved. But he'll do his best to put her at ease, and soon enough, when he's feeling dry and has kind of warmed himself by the fire, standing up, he may at one stage when Sister Alara is off getting his tea or whatever, he may kind of lift the back of his tunic to dry his backside and his legs, and swiftly
mm,
drops it again when she comes back into the room. And he, he's like pasty white little old man legs. And he tells her the names of the books that he has heard she has,
oh
and it's
yeah,
like
cool.
somebody's herbal, somebody's anatomy,
Yeah.
herbs of the southern coast as applied to the arts of healing. And he's probably got maybe 3 or 4 titles of very ancient books, which are probably only here, or as far as he knows, are only here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she is very excited that you're starting to talk about books because that's something she can talk about forever. She grabs one like off the pet. There's like a like whatever pedestal thing that has one displayed open, and she says, "Oh, you have to see, Brother Lucius just finished this one." Uh, Brother Lucius being the scribe that you partially met, um, and Sister Amara, it's her illumination. It's unbelievable, and she hands it to you, and it's it's 50 yada yadas to do yada yada, right? Like, it's cool.
So I mean, I'm happy to spend. I think very quickly I will be lost in the study of whatever books she puts in front of me until probably hunger and fatigue make themselves clear. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there might be a kind of at, at some stage, I think Hergest will sit down and he will look tired.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Um, yeah, and it's getting into the evening. Like, you guys have probably been like sitting there, like reading in silence mostly. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Like just a couple of nerds that don't really want to talk. They'd really rather be reading, right? Like that kind of thing. Um, and Prior Cedric comes in, and says, "Oh, Sister Lara, I didn't know you had company." And it introduces himself as Prior Cedric. That basically, second guy in command at the.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Prior. I am Hergest. I've been shown the wonders of your library here. Look forward, if I may, to um, well, as many days as I may impose upon you, to further look into these marvelous books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you guys probably have a little conversation. He probably asks you, like how you know, what you do, the usual shit, right? Like he finds out that you're a healer, and you can see he's like, hmm. And he asks Sister Lara, who doesn't hear him because she's back in the book, and and he's used to it, so he does one of those. Oh yes, like, Sister Lara, do you think? I hate to put our new guest to work immediately, but perhaps he could help us with the little problem we're having. And she looks at
I,
you, and then looks at him, and she's like, "Huh." And so he starts to explain. Um, he explains that the monster's gotten now two um, communications for messengers from the logging the loggers camp that is in the Starwood Forest. They wanted Sister Lara to come because they have need of a healer. But she has, she tends the people here, so she can't really split. Um, they're like,
I, I would. It would be my honor to pay back the what I consider a debt of allowing me to look at the volumes in this library by yes by doing some work. And I'm sure there are all kinds of plants and fungi in the star woods that I could study on my way. But I forgive me, Prior. I am rather exhausted and in need of food and rest before I undertake anything at all.
but of course, he says, dinner is. It's a little late, actually. And you can he looks a little annoyed, right? Like, he's kind of a rugged man, right? Like, and you can just tell he's just like, a little bit of a taskmaster. He finds that annoying that the dinner has not been called yet. I shall have to see about that.
So it's
Also,
a,
I will also
a day.
make. Go ahead. Say again.
I was just going to. I think perhaps Hergest says a day for staying out of the weather and drinking beer. Perhaps has caused dinner to be a little late.
Mm. And you can tell he gives you a look of like, that's very nice of you, but I'm still annoyed. And he says he will speak to. He'll find a guide and maybe put a party together. Is there anything you would require? This is probably a day and a half travel from here.
how dangerous does Cedric consider the route?
I mean, people travel it often.
Then yeah,
They're not exactly sure what the problem was, but loggers they
then send a young send a young member of your house with me to carry supplies and
oh, of course.
perhaps a tent, and I'm
Oh,
sure that
for
will
sure.
suffice.
Yeah. Possibly we can get you a donkey, right? Like we'll definitely have someone show you the way cuz I'm not going to send you out for nothing. Um yeah, and I'll see if there's anyone available to like anybody sturdy. This is like monastery, not a lot of sturdy folk, but who knows, you never know.
Oh,
um
ideal, an acolyte perhaps, someone who fetches and carries.
exactly, for sure, absolutely. So
Although if there is although yeah, so Hergest has this slight stammer, we will have noticed, and he says although someone who could hold a conversation would be very welcome.
cool. I think I have just the person. And he says, I'll see you both at dinner. Have very welcome to Fellstead. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much.
Oh, most kind, most kind.
And he speeds off, yeah, like he looks both ways out the door, and you can tell he's going to the kitchen to have some words. It's super funny.
Is there a is there a room that I could use, sister? I shall say to Alara,
Oh,
somewhere where I will be staying.
yes, of course. Uh, and she looks, she's slaps the book closed, is like slightly annoyed with herself, and makes sure she hasn't broken the binding. Puts it gently down and says, "I apologize. Let's get you settled." And she takes you down to like there's a bunch of small rooms, all like single rooms. This one is
I,
available, and opens the door for you.
I,
I don't know. It's like room. I don't even like. Maybe there's numbers on them. It's room 9. I don't
okay.
know.
Is there a? I mean, what is it? Is it just like a cot in there, or?
Yeah, it's the classic like crappy cot, really small desk, two
Yeah, yeah.
candles, right? Like that sort of thing.
I,
Yeah, just
I,
and like a
sister,
commode.
sister. Yeah, okay, nice. Sister, forgive me. And this is where we learn that Hergest is not the most subtle of types. From time to time, he says, "Forgive me. You, you appear you appear quite clean. It's just I have stayed in religious houses where not washing is one of their. Look, hot water. Could I have some hot water?
Of course, she says. I'll see to it immediately.
Thank you. I'm most relieved, and I'll
Hmm.
go in there and hang my cloak up, and very happy that they're not a non-washing order of monastics.
Cool.
Yeah,
Anything
so
else you
I'm
wanted to
happy
do?
to skip forward. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
happy to
cool.
skip forward to even to leaving if you want. I don't mind as long as I'm clean and I've combed my straggly grey beard and tied my hair back and I look like I'm ready to hit the road again. That's fine.
Yeah. So for sure. Yeah. So in the morning, yeah, if they would have made sure you're agreeable, and like like, but best to leave in the morning, right? Since it's gonna be
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I need a good night's sleep. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to cut past meeting everyone if that's also part of the scene. If I'm going to dine with everyone, then in the evening, then that's also great, right?
yeah. You would have met everybody uh, at dinner, right? Like probably sitting. Oh, you would have been sitting with wherever Sister Lara was, and she's high up, so probably Cedric. The abbess was probably not there. You probably didn't meet her yet. Uh,
Okay.
she's she's busy and doing her thing where nobody knows where she is or what she's doing pretty much most of the time, so it's fine. Yeah, and you would have met like the scribes and the illuminator illustrator.
Yeah.
You'd gotten a little bit of a vibe from them. So anything that's in the dock, you would kind of have an idea about them.
Okay, so there's a knight staying here.
Yep.
And a noblewoman. Is she at dinner? Lady Isolde?
Yes. Lady Isolde, she's the one that brought your hot water to you.
Wow.
Probably.
So served by a noblewoman.
Yeah. She's, she is tired of the pressures of court life and trying to, get her monastery on, right? Like seeing how the others live. You can see that her hands.
Yeah.
You would have noticed immediately her hands are soft. Like she was the water was scalding, and she cannot take it at all, and was probably like putting it down, blowing on her hands, picking it back up, carrying it like another foot.
How old is she?
Let's see. I don't know. God, I am not used to having this many windows open. It's fun. Let's see. Oh, she's old. She's older. So, I don't know, like 40s.
Okay. Well, I will say when she's put the water down, so I will immediately. We will find out that Hergest the healer is very different when he's involved in his profession to when he's trying to struggle through in other conversational situations. And he says, "Allow me to have a look at your hands." And he takes her hand. He takes her hands gently in his, and looks at them, and then probably roots around a little bit for some hand cream in his kit, and gently applies hand cream where her hands are sore.
Oh, and she is very into. She's like, "Oh my god, don't tell Cedric, but I've missed the lotions and the oils. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much."
There is no need, lady. You're most kind to have brought my water. Thank you.
He said, I would that I could have brought it quicker. Have they not heard of hand muffs here? I don't know how anybody carries these damn things. And she actually swears, I think. And
it is a question of toughness, lady, which well, you have not had time to acquire, and with such lovely hands as these, I hope that you do not.
Oh, and she gives you the big, like smile, like, "Oh, you're so dashing." Gives you a little bit.
Yeah,
of that action.
I think Hergest might be a bit of a flirty old guy, right?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. I think he smiles at Lady Isolde over dinner as well, but mostly spends dinner talking books with Sister Elara.
Cool. Yeah, and so I think, I think he would send you with Brother Estabar, who was the guy at the door, slightly the eager monk, and Sir Ealdred is going to go with you for protection.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're like, because he's doing his thing too, and like, but he still has a sword, so screw it. Really can't go wrong, because the prior would say, loggers can be a little rough. I want it would people would speak poorly if a guest of mine was injured in our service. It'd be terrible.
I shall thank the prior for being so solicitous and carefully check through whatever supplies Sister Elara has given Estabar to carry, and make sure we have a tent.
For sure, you do. Yeah, what else do you want?
And well, you mentioned a donkey.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I presume, I presume, did Sir Ealdred bring his horse, or is he on a kind of penance thing where he's walking everywhere?
He's walking, yeah. So he's not wearing armor or anything. He does have his sword.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I will ride the donkey for some of the time and walk beside it for the rest. Like, ride it for a mile, walk it for a mile, ride it for a mile, walk it for a mile.
Cool. Yeah, and when you get on, you hand Brother Estabar the shit that was on there. Here you
absolutely,
go.
yes.
And you can see he's not super excited about this because like he's young and a little frail maybe.
I don't think Hergest notices
no, not
when
at
he
all.
was an apprentice. When he was an apprentice healer, there was all kinds of shit involved, So
yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, it's payback time.
Yeah, and like it's you're barely into the trip before he just talking about, because you guys are walking near the coast, so you don't get lost, right? Like if you look at the map, you're going straight down, and it just makes sense to follow the coast. Thus, we need no rolls or anything. All good.
Yep.
But like he keeps he looks into the sea, and let's see. I didn't roll weather. I apologize. We get talking about stuff. I'm gonna do 2d6. Okay. Oh shit! You're getting burned with weather, man. The wind is still cranking. So like
it's a pretty dramatic.
Yeah. Must be a big storm. Man, you really crappy weather. Or I did for you.
Is it raining now too?
No, it's just windy again. But yeah, okay. And you're probably staying. You're using the trees as much as possible to kill some of that wind. But yeah, it's annoying as hell. And Brother Estabar is annoyed because all he really wants to talk about is fishing, because that's his jam. He's a fisherman. He's like,
oh, fishing.
It's so windy. Yeah, I would have been able to catch us some dinner tonight, right? Much better than these, than the, they probably gave you a couple of loaves, or like a number of loaves, and maybe some probably dried fish, right? Like, cool.
Right. Well, I've got no objection to him talking about fishing. It takes the conversational weight off, And is Sir Ealdred quite a quiet walker? He's not interested in chatting.
Yeah, like he'd answer any question, but yet it's the vibe where he's like, God, I haven't done this for a while, and he's doing his sentry, like watching the paths and checking things, and every once in a while he'll excuse himself, like, I'll be right back, and like go into the brush and kind of take a peek around.
Okay. As soon as I see him being cautious, I'm going to take my herbalist's kit off my staff, so my staff is free and usable for self-defense.
Oh yeah, totally.
Everything, my travel pack and my herbalist kit and my herbs, it's all on the donkey, even when I'm riding it. But when I'm walking, I've got my staff, just my staff.
Yeah, and so, right, like you guys are, as you're walking down, it's right, like you're getting rolling hills and then more trees, and then the trees thicken and that sort of thing. Did you guys? So we didn't really talk about how you want to go, and so like, how would you? I know you don't know, your character doesn't know the way, but like, would you want to take the most obvious route, like you use the shoreline?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hergest he's well traveled, so his own instinct would be to take the path that the prior talked about when he said, "Oh, lots of people travel there." But he's not going to pay that much attention because he's assuming that Estabar is going to know the way.
Yeah, totally. hold on, let's see. I have some. And people are chatting me.
It's White Bread, I think, asking about a game on Saturday.
Oh, cool. I can do that. Let's see. Yep, cool. That's good. Just doing a little light housekeeping. And let's see. One more. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so that's really all you guys see is the forest thickening. You're probably you're I don't know that you're going uphill necessarily, maybe a little incline. You guys come to right, like you can still hear the sea because of the fucking wind, which is crazy. And you could, but like you come to a kind of a fork in the road. One stays along like the what would be the coast, and one goes straight south. And you guys are headed down the southern route. So if you're looking at the map,
okay,
yeah.
But where that bay bends towards the east.
Yeah, because basically that first clump of tall trees is where this thing is on the map, right? Like if that helps. So you guys are headed there, right? Like that's where the logging is, right? Like they're clearing the big trees, the big expensive ones. The smaller trees, right? Like so you guys have made decent time. The wind is definitely a lot better now that you're away from the coast. You're headed through the trees. The trees are making cover. It's not making for an overly exciting, right? Like it's kind of spooky now, like, and you can tell like that you got the feeling that like Sir Ealdred is just he's hearing stuff. He's not exactly sure. He's been off. I don't know when the last time he was in a fight was. But this wind is definitely.
The guy's not a forester though, right? Sorry.
No, not at all. Yeah. So like he's just like he's like, this fucking wind is so loud. I can't tell if I wouldn't know that we're getting attacked until we were getting attacked, right? Like, so he's kind of annoyed.
I have every confidence in you, sir.
And he, he gives you the bow, and I thank you. It's like, it's been a while. And like
I'm paying attention. I'm from time to time I'm paying attention to the plants and any interesting fungi, because you said it was the autumn, right? So it's fall. So any interesting mushrooms around, I might gather a few and or make them stop whilst I cut some mushrooms or scrabble around in the undergrowth for some leaves of some sort.
Is there anything you wanted to find specifically, or are you just looking for catch can?
No, because I think he's got so much. He's got a herbalist's kit, right? So he's got herbs. So he's got so much stuff. I don't want to define it, but he's just always in foraging mode for interesting healing plants and fungi.
Yeah, well, and probably
scrape right? Some bark off a. Yeah, maybe. Nice... I mean, that's of less concern because he ate well. He ate well last night, but he probably scraped some bark off a tree, and put it into a little pouch and just not pay attention to whether Sir Ealdred is impatient or not. Really, he just, it's what Hergest does when he travels, samples of things.
Cool. Yeah, and like as you're on the donkey, off the donkey, and handing shit to Brother Estabar, you notice that the prior slipped a little wineskin in there too. Like, so you guys, you might have a little wine as well if you'd like.
Always handy.
No doubt.
I find some herbs. I find some herbs to add to it, all the better.
Exactly. I mean, what is a road trip without a little wine? Makes it all nice. Cool. So you guys, it's really kind of outside of the wind. It's really uneventful. your big thing is shitty weather, not necessarily anything.
We have to camp. Yeah, we have to camp that night, though, right?
Yeah. See, and you're like halfway through this thing. Yeah, let me see. You guys come upon like it's a bit of a clearing in the middle, and you're approaching it, and you're hearing singing.
Carried on the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And up ahead, is a clearing. Right, like you can see the sun, a little bit of sunlight. There's probably not a ton. It's probably a little overcast.
Quite late in the day.
Yeah.
Orders.
And yes, so Sir Ealdred looks at you, and looking for like in that like, do you want to stay here? Do you want me to, like kind of like asking you what you want to do? He's kind of giving you like he's used to taking the orders, probably, right? Like, so he's just kind of looking at you, like, what do you want?
I think Hergest just gestures for everyone to, let's all carry on. It's only singing.
Mm-hmm. And so Sir Ealdred he'll go up. He'll be like, best to be cautious. Let me just take a quick peek and see what we're looking at. And he's just gone for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, right? Like, and comes back with a puzzled look on his face.
What is it? What is it, sir?
And he says one word. He says pink. And he looks like he shakes his head a little bit, like, I mean, I really don't even want to explain it. You just kind of have to come see with me.
Well, let's just look together then.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you probably jump off the donkey and are, put all the shit back on there, all packed up.
Get Estabar to lead the donkey, and
totally.
Get Estabar to lead the donkey, and I shall just have my staff.
Yeah. Did you want to take the donkey with you, or are you going to leave it behind?
Yeah, I shall gesture Estabar to follow on. This may prove instructive, young man. Come along.
Awesome. Cool. And so you get into the clearing. It is the light is coming through the canopy, right? Like, and it's lighting up this field of what looks just like a field of clover, right? Like, and like large, weirdly large clover, which you're probably immediately, you would be immediately interested in if it weren't that there's a monk, basically what looks like almost possibly dancing. It might be interpretive dance. You're not exactly sure. Dressed in head to toe in like amazingly pink robes. Has to be like monk's robes, clearly dyed white, and then just the grossest, horrible, improbable shade of bright pink.
Wow. Do you know him, Estabar? Brother, I shall say.
Good question. Let's find out. He does. Estabar does know him, and he says, "Yeah." Ugh. He says, "Oh, the mad monk. He's batshit crazy.
Mad, dangerous, mad, angry, or mad, harmless?"
Um, Hard to say exactly. Most of us just try to avoid him.
I give Sir Ealdred a meaningful look.
And
Perhaps we should
Eldred, yeah, go
perhaps we
ahead.
should go around. Perhaps we should go around, sir.
And before he can turn to you and say anything, like he's just kind of watching this guy because uncertain what he's gonna do, right? Like because he's like he's singing and mumbling to himself, like it's all incoherent. Um, and like he kind before he can answer, before Eldred can say anything, the the monk drops to his knees, looks right at you, the three of you, uh, and says, "Might you have any water to spare? I ain't had a drink in 3 days."
That is highly unlikely.
It's like, or was it 2? 4?
It, we have some water, don't we?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you do.
I shall determine to have a closer look. I think I shall take a water skin and approach. I shall say, Brother Estabar, you will find a sharp, curved knife in my pack there. Could you cut me a bunch of this clover, please? I think it will make a most excellent tonic. And then I leave him doing that, and I approach the mad monk.
And you're approaching the mad monk, and you're trying to keep your eyes on him, but you cannot help but notice that this clover is weirdly large. And if you're not mistaken, they are all 4-leaf clovers.
Wow. Well, hopefully, Brother Estabar's doing what I told him. Estabar's doing what I told him.
And he is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I've got a staff in my right hand and the water skin in my left, and I hold the water skin out to him. And I say, are you feeling quite well?
And he aggressively grabs the water and starts takes a huge long chug. And he gives a and he says, "Wait, what was that last part?"
Are you quite well?
And he kind of looks down at himself and he's, I feel okay.
When did you last eat?
It seems it was a Tuesday. What day is it today?
Today it's Thursday.
And he has these like little weird twitches with his hands, and he's like snapping and like rubbing his hands constantly. He's just like a kind of a mess. He says, "You haven't seen, I'm looking for a door. Have you seen any doors?"
What did you eat when last you ate?
And you can see like this is really perplexing him, and he's like going through it in his mind, and he's like putting the finger to air, kind of like almost like he's writing it down because it's helping him think. And I think it was peas porridge. I could be wrong. Tuesday, something about a Tuesday.
I take a step closer to him, right, and gently take the water skin, and I think I say, has anyone examined you? And I'm looking at his eyes. Stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue out.
And that's him sticking his tongue out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna, if he'll let me, I'm going to examine him for
Oh yeah, for
physical
sure.
signs of what. Yeah, for physical signs of whatever is ailing him.
Cool. And yeah, like his eyes are like going left and right, and like his head twitches, and his hands, it's like he's in constant motion, like right, like just like sudden little random movements, and like, you know, sometimes looking at you, sometimes looking away, that sort of thing, and just kind of out of his mind. What do you want to ask him or look at?
Well, I'm gonna, look at his palms, look at his eyes, look at his tongue. Might have a peer into his ears, feel the bumps on his head. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and 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 like feel his pulse. Yeah, and I'll say, how long have you been out in the woods on your own?
Jesus. Many years. It's been years, years and years and years
That
and years.
that may well be the problem then. You are suffering from a serious nervous disorder and probably missing the society of your fellow men.
He says, and he all of a sudden he actually, you can tell he can see you now and like is really looking at you. He says,
Why
wise
don't you
man.
why don't you why don't you forget this door, make your way back to the monastery, and have Sister Elara prepare you a tonic and some uh, some decoction of arach for your nervous malady.
And he says, and he starts like tapping his hand against his side, and he says, "Gotta. I mean, you said it yourself. I gotta get back to my people. I gotta find the door. Gotta get back." Are you sure you haven't seen a door?
No door. Um, well, we shall leave you a little food, and perhaps on our way back, um, I will examine you again.
And like he has like a little tiny moment of rationale where it's almost like he drops as if he was dropping an act, right? Like, this is that's mighty kind of you. I enjoyed this chat. uh any like kind of hints at your name,
I
like
just
asking
nod.
for your name? You don't tell him your name.
Yeah. I just nod, uncertain of what is ailing him and whether it's supernatural or not.
Right.
I don't suppose I can. I don't suppose I can have a stab at a diagnosis, can I?
Oh, sure you can.
Okay. Can I have a roll? Shall I have a roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
because I would say, yeah, you can use healer would definitely fit under there. 2d6. Let's see this.
2d6.
Boom. Ooh.
Six and a
Excellent.
5.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's nuts. Um that much is clear. Uh you're not exactly sure what the door means. Um he might, you get a sense like he you I mean, that's a great role. So you get a sense for that, like he's mad, but like also possibly telling the truth, right? Like you don't see any lie in it. It's very weird. Uh, Normally you would be like, it's probably just the madness, right? Like, you know, but like he has little spots of normalcy. To the point where when you're like when you won't give him his name, he kind of smacks his head a few times and he's like, I used to be called Gerald. I remember. Gerald. I'll put it in the thing. Let's see. So many windows. Gerald. There you are.
Gerald. Yeah,
and so
known as the madman.
Yeah, totally. And he has like, as you were like checking him out, you can see like he has a bag tied with chalk, and you can see chalk all over his hands, and he's got it rubbed all over his his pink shirt, turning it even weirder, brighter. Yeah. But yeah, your diagnosis is madness. Right? Like you've probably seen something like this from people that spend too much time on their own, right? Like
yeah. And but I sense any supernatural or enchantment on him with that diagnosis?
That's a great question. With that role, I feel like you would get, that's the sense that is giving you like, you feel a little weird about it because there is something supernatural about him, but you're not sure it's him, right? Like it's not emanating from him. Like you would almost have a sixth sense for these kind of things at some point, right? Like, because healer is a little bit, would we say spiritual? How would we describe healer?
I think there's a little bit of hedge magic, a little bit of something sorcerous around the edges. Because I think I established
attunement. Yeah, getting in tune with your patients, that sort of thing. Like
and I think at some there's an easy crossover between the kind of healing he does and kind of minor exorcism and understanding of enchantments and getting rid of minor enchantments and that kind of thing, because some illnesses are clearly caused by enchantment and curse, right? So
for sure
you have to be able to counteract them, which means you have to be able to recognize them. So does he look like he might be under a curse or under an enchantment, or is he possessed? Okay.
I wouldn't say no. You don't get any like, you're not getting anything bad or evil from it. It's it's almost more like just like curiously like a magical vibe for sure. There's definitely something going on there.
Yeah. Okay, so I shall go back to Sir Ealdred and say, it is hours or even days of work to see to this man's malady. I can do it, but not now. We must find him again on our way back.
And he said, anything you say. And I think he's going to start calling you Doc, maybe. I think you say Doc. And that's him slipping back into his, right, like he would not be so informal at the monastery. He's trying to do a thing, but he's slipping into his old life a little, which is pretty fun. Brother Estabar is like comes running to you, like going, Hergest, look. And he found a 3-leaf clover in all of these 4-leaf clovers.
Oh, is this the unlucky one, or is luck here reversed, Estabar? Something to think about. I hope you have cut me a large bunch, because I have a feeling the tonic made from this clover will be particularly potent.
Can you imagine what luck? Maybe. And he tucks it into his cloak, right? Like he's very excited about that because he was like fishing through because he was bored. Anyway, yeah, and so do you guys on your way?
Yes, yeah. Although I'm planning to rid this mad monk of his curse at some later date.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, you would probably ask Estabar, and he would say, "Oh yeah, like we see him all the time. He's he's crazy."
Yeah, but they don't have an explanation as they don't know the story of how he got to be the way he is. There's no rumor or explanation.
No, there's and nobody remembers a monk, right? Like, like they're not even sure if he is a monk, or maybe it's entirely possible he stole robes from the monastery. Like who knows?
Yeah.
But nobody remembers anything.
Yeah, so I think probably we hear Hergest say this is quite irrational to call him the mad monk, Brother Estabar. The man is under some sort of enchantment or curse from which we can free him. Really, this is an age of reason. The mad monk, indeed.
And that's where I would say I've always been under the impression that magic can't cure madness. Is it not?
I look
so?
I look at him and my face pinches a little bit, and I'll say there are all kinds of ways to lift curses and guard people against the causes of such maladies. Of course, we can but try.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. If you don't have anything else, you guys would pack up, leaving the mad monk behind.
Yeah, I just don't think we've got time to deal with it. It's a big, I think Hergest is imagining this is kind of, going to have to be with this guy for, as I say, hours or even days to have a go at finding out what the curse is and lifting it,
Yeah, and Estabar would, as you're walking away, and the mad monk is back doing his, his whatever interpretive dance, and singing, and waving to you. This just occurred to me, and I'm just going to do it because I think it's cool. He might even you're not exactly sure, but you think you're barely in earshot, and he says, "Good travels to you, Hergest."
Oh, okay. So he knows my name anyway.
As far you're not 100% sure he knew it, or you're like, did I just talk myself into that? Was that the wind?
Yes. Some magic is at play upon this man, and we can shield him from it. Perhaps you will get the chance to see this healing at work, young Estabar.
And Estabar is actually kind of into that. He's thinking about it. I mean, many of us have run-ins with the mad monk, but never heard a story of anyone of him harming anybody. I think that's why we all, endure his crazy. He seems, doesn't seem a harm to himself or others.
There we are. There we are then.
Yeah, and he'd probably say something like, God's path is different for all of us. So, some bullshit like monkism, like that he read on the back of a cereal box.
So do we have to camp that night in the forest, or are we going to arrive at the the loggers' camp that day?
Yeah, you guys have been. It's like, yeah, it's not quite a whole nother half day, but not knowing what the deal is, you probably don't want to roll in there late. So it probably makes sense to camp. I mean, you could force yourselves through. Might make you a little tired. You might get a little exhausted the next day and not be your best.
No, I think we have to camp. We have to camp.
Yeah, cool. And so you do. There's a place you're not quite to the tip of the tall trees, but you can see the trees changing a little bit. Like if you find a little spot under the canopy that opens up, so that's cool. You find a pretty reasonable place, kind of hunkered down, maybe in like a little, like giving yourselves a break from the wind, which is dying down a little bit, which
I
is
think
cool.
if we've got access to fir trees, I shall get Brother Estabar to busy himself cutting down big boughs of fir trees so we can make a nice deep bed for the floor of the tent. Because
Oh, cool. Yeah,
because Hergest is damned if he's going to sleep on cold hard ground, right? So he wants at least a good foot deep, of bracken and fir boughs for his bed.
nice.
And he explains,
Yeah.
he stands there and watches Estabar do it, explaining all the time how nice the perfume of these fir tree boughs will be, and how comfortable they will be sleeping on them.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And um, Eldred helps out, like by building a fire, I would think. Right? Like
Nice.
it's, everyone's trying, and he sees what you're doing. and he like he gives you a smile, like a thumbs up smile, like thanks. It's always nice. That's a good call. Um, the weather is definitely turning cold. Colder,
Okay,
like
great.
what's that?
I said, oh, great.
Yeah, like worst weather rolls ever. I should have you roll them from now on. It's better. Because yeah, the temperature, there's definitely it's probably the wind, right? It's probably brought a cold front, and it's noticeably, by the time you get the fire going and the tent set up, it's like 10 degrees colder, and like you're almost seeing your breath. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
and as the sun goes
Well,
down, you will be seeing your breath.
yeah, yeah. Well, a hearty dinner,
Mm.
um, which I think he's not really done anything else. He's just directed Estabar to do everything else. But Hergest will make the dinner. He will cook the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and 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 cooking dinner, he will also make a tonic from the clover in one of his little
Mm.
herbalist, one of his little herbalist saucepans. He will make a tonic from the clover, um like a tea of some sort, and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that both the younger men have their dose of that, and he will drink some himself. Um, and then I presume we're going to set watches through the night.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I would like Estabar to take the first watch,
Mm-hmm.
and Sir Ealdred to take the second,
Okay.
and that would do Hergest very well.
There will not be a third.
I think,
Two
yeah,
watches it
I
is.
think I think this is the privilege of age, young man. He says to Estebar, "I must have my sleep," and he goes to bed and doesn't wake up until dawn unless he's disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah. Uh, so who's taking the first watch and who's taking the second? Sorry,
Oh,
I'm confusing you now.
Estebar first and Eldred the second, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys go off to sleep. Um, Near the end of Estebar's watch, uh, like he comes back to the camp. Like he he was probably out taking a piss. so much tonic, he says. And I don't. Would he? He probably lets you sleep, and he. But he wakes Sir Ealdred. There's something out there, he says. And Eldred's up immediately. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but it looked like a deer, but a combination of deer and man. Just like out of the corner of my eye. Eldred he's going to have a look around. But he doesn't see anything. He doesn't find anything. Would you want him to wake you up? I mean, he will if you had asked him, like, if that makes sense. You tell me.
I hadn't left any instructions at all, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I had my clover. I had my clover. I had my clover tonic, and I'm now sleeping the sleep of the just.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because and
the occasional snore.
Yeah, he might wake you up if he thought maybe this is him going like, I don't know how helpful the old man will be in a fight, but he takes over the watch. He says, I've got it from here. Boy, get your rest.
Okay.
But be alert if I call for you. Yeah, and he stays up. He doesn't see anything, but yeah, definitely, right, like, he would tell you the next day, yeah, the boy saw something. I saw nothing, but I definitely felt eyes upon me. That's all I know. And maybe an uneasiness in the air. Hard to really put a finger on exactly. Uneasy, these woods.
I think I think Hergest will just nod and listen and cast no doubt on it, and he'll say something like, well, forests have their own character the world over. Perhaps there is some restless spirit here, but it did not come for us. So there we are.
Yeah, and you guys are probably making breakfast and that sort of thing, and probably nice warm tea, I imagine.
Again, Hergest will do that, and he will use the rest of that clover to make another tonic.
How was the clover, by the way? Was it nice?
The clover, steeped in boiling water for 15 to 20 minutes and makes a tea, which is a tonic. And he will say he will explain that to Estabar and say, we will cut some more on our way past that clearing. This is most excellent.
Yeah, roll me a d6. Let me see. I want to see how it is. Yeah.
It's a 4.
Yeah, and you guys, when you drink it, there's something. It's just like a mild something. You would definitely tell the difference, but you're like, this is warming, right? Like this is especially good clover for sure. Like this tonic has a little bit of, it's taking the edge off the cold, and you're like, yeah, this is really nice. We definitely want more of that.
Yeah, I shall puzzle on that, on whether there's any link between the mad monk and the strange clover, because this is a particularly big and verdant kind of clover, isn't it? So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think Hergest is cooking again. Yeah, he will make breakfast and then be eager to carry on to the lumberjacks' camp.
Cool. Yeah, and you guys break camp, the usual stuff. Let's get some weather going here. I do love the weather. It really
So,
helps tell the story. God damn it.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it's lovely and cold, right? Estabar
No, it's
says
windy
that
again.
this was a half deer, half man that he saw.
Mm-hmm.
Does that
Just
ring any
like,
bells for any story?
you tell me.
Um, I think probably Hergest told the truth to Ealdred, that he has travelled in lots of forests on lots of forest roads and heard strange things about the spirits that dwell, therein, and he just puts it down to that in the absence
Mm-hmm.
of any better explanation.
Yep, that sounds right. I mean, yeah, everyone knows the forests, right? Like have their thing. Um, don't fuck around in a forest is probably really good advice.
Yeah,
They will
yeah.
be mad at you. And speaking of fucking around in the forest, yeah, you guys arrive at the logging camp. Um, and you know like you for a while you're hearing, right, like over the wind, because God, it is windy again. From now on, I'm just going to ask you to roll 2d6 because
Well,
I'm
I'm
killing
quite
you
happy.
with
It's
wind.
fine. It's good. It's all good. It's very atmospheric. This whole thing has taken place in a fucking gale, except when it was cold.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the wind is blowing all which way, but you are hearing a lot of, you're starting to hear the chopping, sawing, and like and the occasional crash of a tree. You're all, as you walk into camp, it's very obvious where it is. There's fucking sawdust and hunks of wood everywhere, right? Like, but you also notice quite a few, like an amazing number of fresh trees planted, right? Like babies, saplings.
Okay.
So you would immediately like get the sense that like, oh, these loggers are trying to be sustainable, and
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be
So they're
like,
they're 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 planting trees as well.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and a burly man comes up to you and says, I'm Foreman Bartok.
Foreman Bartok. He sounds like a hard-working man.
Yeah, he's a big
How are you
dude,
spelling that
right?
name,
Like
Brian?
right here, I got you. And
I
I'm
got it.
saying, and it's like, right, like he reaches out his hand and it's like a fucking trunk, right? Like his grip is like,
Has he got?
whoa.
Has he got bare? Has he got bare hands?
He's got bare hands for sure. Like he is, yeah, dude is. You do not want to fuck with this guy because he is big,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like just like a brick shit house, right? Like,
I
oof,
am.
yeah,
I am her guest. I am sometimes known as the healer. This is Sir Ealdred, a knight who has been staying at the monastery, and this is Brother Estabar, who is kindly helping me with physical tasks. Now, we have been told, Foreman Bartok, that there is some kind of malady in your camp. Um, as it is early in the day and we have arrived with good light, perhaps you would care to show me to whoever is ill.
and he says, "Oh, finally, the monastery comes through for me. This is fantastic," and leads you and introduces you to a woman named Lena. But he doesn't say Lena; he says Sawbones. He says, "Here's Sawbones. You're looking for her patient. I leave you in her hands," and he, back to work. And he walks off. Um, but Lena Sawbones Thorn. Uh, it seems like everyone here has a nickname, which is fun, right? Like
Yeah,
camp.
yeah.
I guess that's the way, right? Like loggers camp, you get a nickname. Good luck. And she takes you into like it. This is probably the camp itself is, it's classic. It's camp. there are some wood buildings, but like rough, right? Like, but they're just like shitty wooden structures. But it's mostly tents and that sort of thing. And yeah, big fire. Like the loggers are all like, they look like lumberjacks, man. Like that's cool.
So,
But yeah, they're all out working, right? Like they don't come to greet you necessarily. Just Bartok did. Did you have
yeah,
questions? Go.
that's fine. Well, no, I shall say hello to Lena and yeah, and say, well, please show me where we can help. Take me to where we can help.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And she does. You can tell, like she has some knowledge, right? Like you spy her. She has one of the wooden structures. It's like a crappy cabin. But you see some herbs that you would easily recognize on the walls, that sort of thing. So she strikes you as like semi-professional, like the best they have, but she's also probably doing a lot of the labor, right? Like she looks pretty
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
um, and she takes you in and shows you her patient. Her patient's name, she's known as Twig, Lucia Twig Thorn, but everyone calls her Twig, and you can see why. She's right, like she's smallish, definitely, but like you can like she looks just like she looks like all like a child's version of her lumberjack, right? Like you could also probably tough and could kick everyone's ass, right? Like but she is in bed and they've bound her arms to the bed.
Why is this girl? Why is this girl? Why is this girl bound?
And she said, it's mostly, well, you'll see. Um, and she says, Twig, there's someone here to see you. And she said, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
My name is Hergest.
And he's a healer. Uh, she looks at you and she said, with more skill than my own. And he's here to
Well,
talk to you.
let's see about that. Um, perhaps. Well, let's say I have come to work with you, and I think probably this is him again being a bit flirty, right?
Mm.
Um, yeah, he can't help himself. Um, and so he approaches the bed and
Mm-hmm.
smiles at this girl. How old is she?
Um, yeah, probably, like 19, 20.
Oh, okay, woman. Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now can you talk, young woman?
And she looks like she's got a massive fever, right? Like sweating, like she's
Ah,
soaked
okay.
through with her clothes.
Yeah.
And she kind of jumps up a little bit, slightly aggressively, and tugs at the arm restraints, and said, "I'm so hungry."
Ooh. Any signs of? In fact, well, in character, Helga says. He looks at Lena and he says, any any animal bites? Any wounds?"
And Sawbones looks at you, and she's like, with an expression of, "How did you know?"
How long
And
ago was
said,
she bitten?
"It's 2 days now."
May I
Slow.
examine the wound?
Yeah, and she would show she was bitten on the arm, like upper arm,
Okay, so this sort of is
big
kind of
hunk out of it.
obscured by the
Yeah,
rope, is it? Or, yeah.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and so like that, and she said, thankfully Twig was able to, whatever it was, we assume it was a wolf or something, but our cook Sparrow was not as lucky, and he didn't make it. We never found his body.
Where is his body?
We didn't find the body. We found the blood. Twig. When we found Twig, they were both.
Okay.
They had run. That sort of thing.
So I want to um I want to treat this woman's fever, and I want to find out about the bite, like what kind of bite it is, how big the animal was. And I'm going to tell Sir Ealdred to wait outside, basically, but I'm going to keep Estabar with me and make him help and bring hot water, and we'll bathe this wound until we can make out the detail of it. But I'm going to treat this fever and properly sedate her, like give her something that would knock a bloody horse out.
Okay, cool. And she is super happy to get anything. She's so hungry. She'll eat anything that you put in front of her.
Yeah, well, I guess this goes down as a drink, probably, and I probably have some kind of spouted cup or bottle to pour it into people's mouths. So I kind of I give her this sedative, and then we bathe the wound and we have a bloody good look at it to find out what size creature it was and what kind of bite it is. And as soon as as soon as the fever starts to fall and the sedative kicks in, so that I can give her a proper examination, I think we see Hergest examine her fingernails, probably take any dirt from underneath the fingernails, from under one fingernail to have a look at, opens her mouth, has a look at her teeth, has a look at her eyes. But what do I learn about the bite primarily?
Yeah, so the teeth are weird because you can't exactly tell. You're like, was she born with these canines this big?
Yeah.
That looks a little aggressive. The bite, you're like, that's not a wolf bite at all. You don't even have to roll for that. You're like, that's something way bigger than a wolf. Like, what the fuck is that?
I shall say to Lena, were these the first attacks, or have other people been attacked?
And Lena says, "This is it. We've been out all season with. This is the first problem we've had."
You might want to tell people to be careful in whatever area Twig and the unfortunate Sparrow were attacked. Perhaps avoid it. Perhaps stay close to camp.
And she said,
"This is
good advice. We changed sides of where we're felling timber to avoid that area for sure."
If this is a wolf, it is the largest wolf I have ever seen, and I am familiar with bites of over 120 animals known to bite human beings.
And you can tell she looks scared. Like you're not making her any more settled. And she says, "You can't even look at Twig. She's tiny. You can't even believe how much she's eaten in the last 2 days. We cannot give her enough food."
I shall really, really carefully pull Twig's upper lip back to show the canines to Lena. And say, there is a transformation in progress.
And she wanted to believe that it's, like she saw that too, and she's like, no, she always had this. She's probably always, she's feisty. She's, like convincing herself.
These are no longer the canine teeth of a human woman. I will need a fire in here and large pans, and I will need people to run and fetch me plants, more than I have brought.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
why don't we
That's
end
half past.
there?
Yeah.
Let's end there.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, I'm curious. Like, let's do a little retro, right? Like, I wasn't sure. I wanted to have some. I wasn't sure how we were going to go, right? Like, so, but I wanted to kind of like flesh out the character a little bit. I hope we did a little bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
But if we're doing names, I'm not sure we got another name this trip, right? Like,
No, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not without a conflict or something really involved. I do have a clearer picture of him. But yeah, I think he has to be tested in, I mean, this will be interesting. This will be interesting because I think this is potentially super dangerous. And I think one thing about him is he he isn't going to admit that he can't heal somebody. So that
right.
like the mad monk, it's like, no, I can deal with this. We just need to, don't be silly. Of course, it can be healed. And the same with this, right? He doesn't really know that. He's just confident in his own abilities. He's a little bit arrogant in his learning and overconfident, perhaps. But I don't think he's earned another name. Um, and also, I think he's probably not looking for a. He maybe he's looking for a student, but he might also be looking for a wife, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
wasn't sure.
so yeah, maybe. So maybe he is. He's kind of he's got that slightly checking everyone out, checking everyone out vibe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like my games tend to be a little less action packed and a little bit more like this. I wasn't really planning one way or the other, but I really I just kind of wanted to get back into the GM seat, like, and
yeah,
flesh out this world just a hair and learn about the character, right? Like, 'cause that's such a cool part of this for me. I really and
yeah.
like, go ahead.
I wasn't looking for combat. I mean, I think he probably. I think one thing it'll be interesting because I think he probably, being well traveled, he probably has defended himself with his staff in the past. But
Sure.
I think for a character like him, it's nice to find that out whenever it naturally happens. Not, it doesn't. It's not. I think
I
there's a
totally agree.
mystery here, which is great, and he's, yeah, yeah.
And when you told me about the
Um,
character,
and
that's where I went. I'm like, well, this isn't a, like, we're not going into fights and stuff. This has to be a different vibe. And I'm like, and I love it because, like, fights are fun. Like, but like, shit,
yeah,
little character introspection
yeah. I mean,
is really cool.
yeah. Don't be.
Cool.
I mean, I wouldn't be worried if Hergest got himself into or got into situations that were dangerous. I think he has been in the past. So I wouldn't be. It's not like I wouldn't turn around and say, shit, Brian, I didn't think he was getting into a fight, because I think it's a dangerous world and that's all fine. But as it was all cool. It was very atmospheric, helped by your shit weather rolls, and there are at least two things to solve, and at least two mysteries to solve, and the promise of getting hold of those books to look at as a kind of as a kind of reward for him. So that's all. It's all great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
good fun.
I thought it was
Yeah,
super
yeah.
fun.